6. Meanwhile, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's no way that these two are in the same spot. That doesn't make sense. This one has been moved this way by 1. So this, where this should be. Oh yeah, the base is moved over. So that's why it's okay. I'm dumb, that's why. I forgot I adjusted the base and then thought there's probably a better way to go about doing it. So, make things easier on myself, let's center the entrance thing here. Okay. Alright, since I have that other one already started, can feasibly check from there. Oh crap. I actually survived that. Sneak is sometimes a good thing, sneak is sometimes a bad thing. In that case, I didn't get as far off as I could have if I had not been sneaking. Did some of my blocks disappear? Did I place some somewhere? This is kind of part of why I left some of the spruce over here. Or rather, why I kept some of the spruce. There. 24 extra, well, 21 extra, I guess. Since it seems like some of mine have gone missing. Oh my god! Ah, thank you. No. There. just have the stairs to do for 2 now. I'll have to get a couple of blocks of Podzol for my Silk Touch collection. Options. Graphics settings. No. Resource packs. Let's turn off Atmo for now. An optical illusion. How many times am I gonna do the same thing on the off counts? I tried to do it wrong on that one. Did you see? Really? That's a thing you can do. Really? A little bit of that is from being in a hurry. Because I just want this part done, because I find this a really stupid and annoying thing. Again, I have no one to blame but myself. Now on those I do have someone to blame. Because my mouse sensitivity on the button clicks and the times on everything isn't that outrageous. Alright, so I guess I picked that up. It looked like it fell, but did I do this backwards? Unbelievable. Alright, to the left and it goes around. Oh, that's what I did. Okay. I put the stairs on the wrong end of the arrow. It's not really an arrow, but I keep saying it is. Alright. So I need to drop off. Oh man, my neck is hurting. I need to drop off. Do I need to drop off anything? I don't know that I do. Because the dirt all goes down. Oh yeah, I can drop off the granite stuff since I switched. I don't need the granite. But I do need to get, while I'm up here, there's an item I do need, but what was it? Access. Nope. I swear there was something I needed to come up here for. Oh, 2 pods all. Of which I know I have 4, so. I don't accidentally place them in a stupid place. No. At this point, gravity's just par for the course. I'm surprised my armor is still holding up. This is centered correctly now. What's going on here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I'll buy one this way too. Because if so, then that's gonna wait for another day. I'm not gonna do two of the same thing right now. Well, I was not facing the right way at all then. Nope, these are off by one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5, 6, 7, 13. So this one's off by one this way. So I already know that 12 is the magic number for these. Okay. One, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so then what's the confusing thing here? This is the center on this. Because this side, which I know is right because it's where I started. Okay, so it all needs to move this way by one. It's doable. It'll just take a bunch of time again. Can't believe that happened. That's really, really annoying. Alright, so let's get this part done and then I'm going to bed. I can definitely get this fixed. It's not that major of a deal. This is just a snag I didn't have in the last one simply because I didn't have so much complexity in the upper part. When I made this before, it was mostly just a melee map. I did not have a shooting area involved. Oops. What am I doing? Alright, so now everything over here though is ready for the stairs. Let's get this field started because I know I can do this and I know I don't have to worry about anything being off with this because it's pretty freeform. Oh, haters. Before I add this, I need to look at what it looks like without Atmo as far as the side of the building. That looks okay over there. How about this? How's this look? Looks pretty decent. I think that looks alright. So these will eventually come down. And I need to just plant a couple. Well, this one will cover up some of this. I just need to plant a couple more over here. And I need to plant one over here. And one over here. And that should get this area done. Except for getting more sunflowers, which is going to be a lot of bone meal. I can extend it to here, and where it cuts off, that'll be the end. It means I need to plant one tree right here, which is also, again, very feasible. That, I will fight with that another day. It has irritated me quite a bit that happened. There was an issue like that on the other end of creating it, where I had the 13 blocks, or 33 blocks one way and 31 blocks the other, and then there, it must have just been kind of a side effect of it was that I offset those centers, which isn't so fun. So I'll finish correcting that soon. In the meantime, I'm going to go to bed. I will possibly be back pretty bright and early in the morning, depending on. At some point, I'm going to see the new Lion King tomorrow, but I don't know when. So that will be part of my day. But I do intend to be on. I had some more bone meal. There was some more boons. Um, Maybe I don't. I swore I did though. There they are. Nice. I still have 8 more here. So once we get all this and it's all brown, then we can start on expanding that. Well, I mean, I'm already doing what I can with that. I'm kind of rambling. I'm still just so angry about over here that it's really messed me up. But I do have the racetrack part set up so that I can start putting in cobblestone or sandstone all the way around. I just am going to need a ton of sandstone. But we'll get that part done. We're definitely to where it's coming together, and then I'll have to do the inside. The inside is gonna be a mess. I'm gonna have to see how the ladders work, make sure they still work right. Thank you for following. I'm just getting ready to leave, unfortunately. I've made myself angry at the thing I was working on because I offset it by 1 block and I have to move the whole thing. So I'm a little bit irritated. But yeah, so we're getting to where this project is going to be getting done. But the biggest thing is I need to make sure the ladders still work the way they used to, or else the tunnels won't work like I want. The old way that I used to have it. Oh, well, thank you. When I made it the first time, each of these would have wool marking what color they were. And somewhere on the map there would be something hidden. There would be some sort of wool block sitting on a lever, and that lever would send power, and then repeaters would send the power to the pistons, sticky pistons, which would push the wool out of the way on the sides to make it so you could enter, but that you could only enter once you found the secret passage levers. Oh, you jerk. Alright, time to kill a zombie. Man, I was rocking that. And then down in these, I'll still need to put the chests. They'll have leather armor that's dyed the color of the carpet. And then there'll be bows. Well, you'll have bows and arrows. Armor that's the color of the carpet. And then stone swords. And I think that's it. I will have shirt, pant. But we'll have to get a lot of leather for that as well. But I'm not anywhere near that point yet, so that's not going to matter. We'll get there eventually. But this one's looking good. This, we're needing the squid farm before I can even get started on this. I did decide that the light gray, or the dark gray is going to be the color of the regular gray. Concrete. And then on the concrete, then we'll have glass. Somewhere over here, first I'm gonna get the shape actually walled off and the height figured out. And then somewhere I will dig a pool and hot tub over here. And then that will be set up. And then I will make walls around that. Then there will be a garden area out here. I will decide if I want to do more of the diorite for the base or if I will just do like andesite for the patio. And it will look out over this, and then there will be a pathway that trails down here. This will all be replaced with grass, and then it will lead down to the beach that I made, and on the beach that I made we will have You okay over there? He seems to be having a good time. But yeah, and so down on the beach, then I will get a lot of wool carpet, and then the wool carpet will make a bunch of towels, and then I'll make some umbrellas, and then the umbrellas and the towels will make it look like it's just kind of a beach. I might end up putting one of the record players out there. I'll actually do it as one of the record players and two on the side of the note blocks, even though the note blocks are just there for decoration to make it look like a stereo. That guy is just spinning. He's going for the record. Um, the um, um, oh, hey, the sun happened while I was typing that message. I will make like a lifeguard stand out by the water. I might make like a small sailboat over here. It's not going to be as big as the one that they're making. And then like a little mini dock out here into like a tiny marina. Oh, he stopped spinning. The I might also clear this down a little bit so that it looks more like an overlooking cliff, and then maybe fatten out the base of the top of the cliff up here so that this looks, because unlike Pola, I want everything to look really, really natural. If it has a natural aspect to it, obviously if it's constructed, it's going to look constructed. I don't, tear down every pathway and turn it into something decorative. What she's doing looks fine. It's just that's not how I usually set up my designs. So that it's a different school of thought on designing it. I'll need tons more wool, like a ridiculous amount of wool. I might even have to make like another sheep farm to take care of it. I also might end up changing some of this to something else. I don't know. The cobblestone looks very like military, so it looks okay. And then you come out, and like I said, this is going to be moved. I might have recruited some assistants. These will possibly change to the stone bricks. They might. There's a lot of things they could change to. This beacon will eventually go away. We'll get back our pieces, and then I will delete these since they were just summoned. They aren't legitimate. Oh yeah, so I didn't say. So I was talking about the beach and patio. So we got the pool. We'll have the reception area. Actually, what I'll probably do is, since I've already set up to have the doors here, it's probably going to actually have two sets of double doors and kind of a little opening entry area. And then this, I left enough space here that it will have planters going along the side. And I might even dig out under this and put water so that, well, maybe. If I do that, it'll have like it looks like a little hole all the way around, which would make it look like it has bad foundation. The doors will lead into an open area a few blocks wide. I'll have a reception, and then there will be stairs, and I will probably also use some scaffolding to make elevators, because that's a new feature. We didn't have that when I made this last time, so I think it'll be a nice addition, because this is going to be a lot taller than the other one, ideally, although it's going to take a very, very long time, because first off, I'm going to need a lot of squid ink, I'm going to need a lot of gravel, I'm going to need a lot of sand, which I already need a lot of sand, because I need a ton of sandstone, so I can also permanently get the sandstone for that, which will work just fine. I need a bunch of glass, which goes back to more sand. I will need a lot of wool for carpets. I'm going to need an insane amount of wool. This is far more wool than I think I've ever used on a project. A single project, and now I'm using it for multiple projects here. So it's going to be a lot of harvesting stuff, and it might be like a group effort. I'm going to try not to give myself the supplies with commands. It depends on how outraged and frustrated I get along the line. There's obviously nothing telling me that it has to be done in any certain amount of time, but I don't want to spend forever on this. There will probably be a little bit more industrial and factory kind of stuff. Pola will be doing some of that either over here in this pathway, as we were discussing, or I open up another pathway that way. So we have two routes there. I don't think anyone mentioned that they were working on anything today, but I did find out that there might be a clue to what Jay is doing on what some people thought is a blimp, although he didn't confirm or deny whether it was or was not anything. When I talked to him off of the server. Man, look at this. This is intense. I don't know what this is. I will have to ask what this is at some point. It looks to me like something you'd have like a chicken coop. And then, but I think these are, yeah. So no, I have no idea what this is. It's floating, which is peculiar to me because it doesn't seem like the kind of conditions where we'd have a floating object. These are just little decorative things. Although I think one of these, no, got rid of the sneaky tunnels, I suppose. So I like that this will all still be natural. I like that Pola said that this is all that she's doing up on this part. Although if she definitely wants to expand down the hill, she's totally free to go that way as far as she wants. I just made that and then ended up deciding that since I was looking for a beach, I went this way instead. Because the beachfront hotels, I mean, that was one of my first major big projects. It and the arena were the two great big projects I made originally, and then at one point I assisted with working on like a castle, but that was not my build on my own. And then I've seen a lot of people using like replace and stuff like that to make their own stuff, and I'm tempted in some ways because there are a lot of different things that I'm going to need a ton of resources for. And I don't really want my projects to just go undone. But we'll see whether I need to first before I actually do that. Because Minecraft doesn't really demand that you do anything in a hurry. I mean, you'll see people who've played on the same server for 10 years, now that it's been 10 years. Or not the same server, but the same single player map usually. I wish there were a way to make paths on sand. That would be a nice addition. That might be a thing to consider. If not, I'll just have to use I might use a lighter oak wood stairs and stuff to make it so that there's an actual noticeable pathway about where you're supposed to go from there. And then I'll have these around. I might end up needing brick, which is a scary thought because brick blocks. One, clay was lowered in commonness again. For a while it was made more common because at one point it used to be as rare as diamond almost per trunk. And now it seems a little bit more common, but it used to be even more common than it is now, I swear. I used to be able to find areas of lots of clay, and I don't see that as much anymore. This will also have just basic general stuff on it. I'm going to get some planks to make it look like crates sitting around. I'm going to make a bunker in each section. I'm going to have some actual just general trees. I'll try and plant about the same amount of trees in each quadrant, though I won't have those all in the same spot. The tower needed to be in the same spot for everyone, and the bunkers need to be roughly the same distance from everyone's entrance, since the idea is to try and make it fairly fair of an arena. The levers will be hidden everywhere because they don't necessarily benefit anyone, because if you just open this side, then it won't open the other end. You have to go find it, and all the tunnels lead to the same spot, so you can have a melee down below where you can hide from the people who would be shooting bow and arrow. Just like you would in the bunkers until someone comes over and gets you. And then if you get to a stalemate, then you're going to have to either rush this, which is fairly doable because you're going to be in the same area for so little time that it's going to be kind of hard to hit you with an arrow. But it's risky because if you hit with one arrow, you're probably going to fall off. But at the same time, it's risky to even get up there the first time because you're going to be trying to rush up there with a bow. And because this thing is so narrow, you could fall off easily. Once these two projects are done, I might have to go to the drawing board a little bit, see what other people are doing. I forgot I was going to... Oh, I took screenshots, so I can't warp. I'm gonna have to just walk. Well, I mean, what am I talking about? I already posted it today, so I can get back out. I have most of the animals I think I can properly farm. The rabbits, I'd love to have a rabbit farm, but the problem is that they only show up in certain biomes, and none of those biomes are anywhere near our spawn, and even if you do kind of get them close, the fact that they can easily get killed by jumping off of cliffs, and they are prone to jumping, is a really crummy design. I feel like that needs to be fixed in a way. Ooh, this looks nice. see, what else is there? Okay, I need to go check on the book while I'm here. The farm will have everything as soon as I can get nether wart from someone. I think someone said that the nether wart is there. Rolling Thunder. So it's like a stealth jet then, I would imagine. Good job with the server. I think the library came out pretty good. Kind of cozy. The reading patio is nice, although I kind of want to add like a seating area, but it's just too small. If I pushed out the porch there, maybe. Although the fireplace is nice. So I got an orange tulip. The general plant farm, I think, like I said, is basically complete. There might be one or two plant types that I don't have. I'm not going to include the wither rose as one of the basic plants because of the fact that, one, it causes ailments when you're near it, which means that in this area it would cause people to be taking damage, which isn't very cool. And two, it is a rare thing you find sometimes in the nether, and therefore isn't really the kind of thing I'm looking for. This ended up a bust, which is kind of annoying because it took a lot of stuff to make. It worked a little bit at first, but I guess that it was just lucky at that particular point in time. Because now it just doesn't do anything, really. I mean, it can, but I can also be right in the sweet spot that it says you're supposed to be 24 blocks away from the majority of the spawn, and I won't see anything show up. Because this is 24 blocks from there, which means it should be safe to expand doing stuff, but it just doesn't do much. Why are phantoms able to hit me through the wall? Anyway, that is all I have for now. I did enjoy how the stairs came out. The stairs over here came out great. Trying to think if there's anything over there I need to do. Probably not, but I don't know. Here's some more sunflowers. I don't know when I'm going to the movie was the other thing I was talking about. I do think it's cool that this shader switches between glossy and non-glossy when there's rain. But I am pretty excited about it. I am totally aware that it could be just okay. And my rose-tinted glasses of the original will make me think that it was better when... although I will say the animation looks remarkable. But I can also understand how people might say that it's a cash-in other than that, although I think that's a really difficult claim to make. Was that andesite? Oh no, that's all stone. I wonder when I had that. More stairs. Anything else? I might be coming to close on my current projects though, which is pretty nice. The spruce slabs, they actually probably want up there. I'm gonna leave all my sandstone down here. I'm gonna leave all my stone tools down here. I will run around with my torches because I want them everywhere. If I can get the stuff for conduit, I'm going to put it down by the beach. That's the other thing. I'm going to have that somewhere near the beach. One, to keep friggin' drowned from showing up. And two, to make it so that people can swim and breathe underwater. We definitely need to get some... We need to kill a bunch of turtles, it seems. That's their thing that apparently you need to do to get the water breathing helmet is kill a bunch of turtles. Which sucks, but the game works the way the game works. Alright, we have a copious amount of stone brick now. Probably enough for any project we'll need for a little while. Because we have a double chest of 64 stacks at this point. Which means... Paul, why do you do this? I put up all my dirt. I'll have to grab some. Yes. This is the one. And then we will continue it over here. How did the charcoal end up going? I might have walked away enough that it didn't continue doing what it was doing. Oh no, it did just fine. It is still cooking, especially in that front one, but that should be plenty of fuel for a long time, I would imagine, across the 8 of them. Obviously, there can still always be more. This is, however, one of the things that I commonly do with my ovens is just make charcoal. En masse. Just tons. Tons of charcoal. How did you, cobblestone, escape? You have plenty of spruce over here, so I will hold on to some of my spruce just in case. Yay. I'm trying to think of... I will probably also use a lot of these blocks of lapis. But I'll only use them on the base floor of the hotel. I don't want to use them on the rest of the hotel because one, it would take so much to do that, and two, the entry floor is going to be the where most people go for attraction. All the others are mostly going to be similar beds that it's designed with the same thing repeating because that's just what that particular structure is like. Um, The building is still drastically smaller than like a real hotel. It would be cool to do like a full scale, but when each cube is 1 meter, you're talking a ton of space to be able to do that because you're talking hundreds and hundreds of meters for some hotels. So all of the beds and stuff are going to be in really kind of small, tight quarter rooms. There's obviously not going to be bathrooms because those type of fixtures don't even exist. Um, the most you could do is like a cauldron and a couple of tiles, like 4x4 or something. But I'm gonna need so much wool. I'm gonna need like an insane amount of wool. I'm probably going to have to do some warping around to different areas to look for resources. Um, there are two reasons for the warping for that kind of stuff. One is I don't think that it's very interesting when I'm just walking around and not really even looking at the scenery while I'm trying to do stuff. And then if I die, none of that comes home, and it was a big waste, and I don't think anyone would find the video very interesting if I'm just walking around because of that. Except maybe the people were kind of sadistic if you see someone die, and all that work they did lost, kind of thing, but I'm not that kind of person. I might also, with the hotel, if we can find some, we haven't found any prismarine yet. The prismarine brick does look pretty nice. That might be what I do the pool in. I might put like a club in the basement at the hotel. Um, I don't know how I will do it, but I think it would be a plausible choice. Um, I I've done them before with light up floors that alternate, but I don't remember anything about how to do that. Um, I know it has a lot to do with repeaters and something, but I would have to look into the instructions because it's been so long, and I wasn't very good at Redstone before, let alone 4 years later, like literally 4 years, maybe even no, like I was still in high school, so like 9 years later, 8 or 9 years later. Um, I'm old, by the way, but so I do have a lot of ideas for the hotel, and then I have the ideas for the arena. Um, After that, I will probably try and bring a village and see if I can get the village residents into the hotel, and that way I can have people running around the hotel to make it look like a busy place. That is a nice addition. Back when I played the first few times, there was no villagers. That's all new for the stuff that I've been designing because, I mean, I think that the first servers I played on were before the fortress was even a thing. The newest enemy at the time was the Enderman, I know, at the very least. Silverfish weren't even in, Wither skeletons weren't in. So there's been a lot of changes that are making how I do this different than how I used to do it. I will want to use a lot of lanterns. I want to have the ceiling fire. Um, I really wish there was like a way without using like command blocks to make a no enemy zone. Um, I'll have to find out something to do for that. Because while I want the ceilings higher, I don't want them so high that it doesn't light the floor. The other thing I suppose I could do is use glowstone or something on the ceiling. Um, Maybe redstone lanterns with a layer of redstone blocks above them. Because I'll definitely be able to find plenty of redstone in the time it's going to take me to build that thing. Because redstone's fairly easy compared to the amount of iron and other resources I'll need to access the things that I'll need for this. Um, and since no one seems to be a redstone whiz, I'm sure I can ask other people for their redstone also for the same purpose. Um, what else is there? I'm trying to think of if I have any other ideas in my mind that I was going to do. Because I've done a lot of stuff that I thought I was going to take longer as well. Like the greenhouse, I thought was going to take a little bit longer. You know, I don't know. I've made a pretty decent looking house in my opinion. I could use in the hotel, I can use some picture frames, which I very rarely use, just because of the fact that most of the things that I do have lots of windows. But there will be walls inside of there that will benefit from having picture frames or something. I'll have to see how big the hotel really is before I start making some of those decisions. Um, at the beach, I might need to see if I can make the surfboard thing again, but I don't remember what I did or how I made it. I made like a little surf shack and souvenir shop. I mean, there wasn't anything in the souvenir shop, but it was just the concept was that it was a souvenir shop. Um, Although I could do some things in the souvenir shop. I mean, I could use item frames and have the Nautilus shells, for example. The fish was the only fish at the time when I was playing before. Um, what else? What else? We still don't have a chicken hopper. I suppose I could make a bakery that has some cakes and stuff like that in it. I don't know for sure yet. I think it would be kind of nice to have bread and some. The only issue I have is, well, I might end up getting that mod. So there's a mod that lets you put tables, and on the tables you can put food, so that it actually is visible as like a decoration. Um, we had it on the Feed the Beast one that I had on my old series. I might do like a blacksmith, like an actual like full on, not like the little villager sized blacksmith, but like a little bit bigger. Um, and maybe possibly a little bit fancier. I don't know. Um, I don't know. There's a lot of different things that I could tinker with. Obviously, there's not a whole lot I can do with respect to the ideas of like technology because there aren't screens and stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe we can figure something out that would be fun. Um, with the picture frames, I gotta see what the pictures look like in this, because I haven't seen them with this mod on. There's a lot of picture frames. There's a whole bunch of different pictures, and so I'm sure that I won't see all of them anyway. But that's all I think for tonight. It's way late. I need to get to bed. We are going to the movie tomorrow, and I don't know what time. I have a lot of plans. well, I have a few plans that need to be completed tomorrow for this. I have 2 drawings that I need to ink and color. I have a lot of stuff I need to get done, so I probably should be getting to bed. But I'm pretty happy with how things came about, except for those towers being off by 1 block. That's super irritating. Um, Especially after I fixed it. That was even more annoying that I fixed one of it and then didn't realize that it was off in both directions. Um, and then, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's where we are. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, night, afternoon, morning, whatever's where you are.